Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving headfirst into something it's changing everything: artificial intelligence and our health. The promise here is just absolutely massive. But as we're about to find out, the problems are just as big. So let's get right into it.
So let me just start with this question. It's a big one. Can a machine actually predict your mental state? I mean, think about that for a second. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But what if an algorithm could look at a bunch of data and tell you, hey, you're about to get really stressed, maybe even before you know it? This isn't some far-off idea. This is happening right now. It's the cutting edge of AI in health. Okay, so that leads us right into our first big topic, what we're calling the AI health revolution. We're going to explore the incredible promise here, what these new tools can really do for us, all the way from our day-to-day mental health to tackling some of the most complicated medical treatments out there. Check out this number, 0.89. Now, what does that mean? Well, a recent study built a machine learning model that could predict if a student was feeling stressed with, get this, 89% accuracy. 89%. And the craziest part? It did it just using simple survey data, no fancy expensive smartwatches or sensors needed. That's a game changer, because it means pretty much any school or university could actually use this kind of technology.
And believe me, this isn't just about mental health. The potential here is so much bigger. You can take that exact same idea, using data to predict outcomes, and apply it to incredibly complex fields like cancer treatment. They call it precision oncology. The whole idea is to use AI to comb through mountains of genetic data, patient histories, you name it, to create a treatment that's perfectly tailored for one specific person. We're talking about the end of the one-size-fits-all cancer therapy. Okay, but I know what you're probably thinking. This all sounds great, but it also sounds a little scary, right? Is this AI just some mysterious black box that spits out answers? Do we just have to blindly trust what it says? Well, the short answer is absolutely not. There's a whole field of study dedicated to cracking open that black box and seeing exactly how AI makes its decisions. And that field has a name. It's called Explainable AI, or XAI for short. You can think of it as a set of tools that basically forces the AI to show its work, just like in math class. And this isn't just some academic exercise. In medicine, this is critical. It's how we build trust, it's how we make sure someone is accountable, and it's how doctors can look at a recommendation and say, okay, I see why you're suggesting that. It makes sense. And this is a perfect example of how that works in the real world. Remember that student stress study we talked about? Well, using XAI, the researchers could see the top 5 things the AI was looking at to make its predictions. It wasn't a black box at all. It pointed to real things like blood pressure, how safe students felt on campus, and even the quality of their relationships with teachers. Suddenly, the AI's logic is tangible. You can touch it. And more importantly, it becomes actionable. A university could look at this and say, wow, okay, to tackle student stress, we don't just need more counselors. We need to work on campus safety and help our professors build better connections with students. See, it gives you a roadmap. But, and this is a huge but, all of this amazing, life-changing technology needs one thing to work: data. And that, my friends, is where we run into a massive, massive roadblock. We have to shift gears now from the nice, tidy world of a single research project to the messy, chaotic, fragmented reality of our actual healthcare system. Yeah, this quote from an expert really just says it all. When it comes to our own patient data, it's all over the place. Think about your own medical history. It's not in one nice, neat digital folder, is it? Nope. It's probably scattered across your family doctor's office, that specialist you saw 2 years ago, the lab that did your blood work, and none of their systems talk to each other. It's not really a system at all. It's just a bunch of digital silos that don't connect. So trying to build a connected health system, a place where all that data could flow seamlessly and power these incredible AI tools, well, it faces some enormous hurdles. And the problems aren't just about the tech. It's about getting all those different computer systems to actually speak the same language. It's about navigating all the ethical and legal red tape. It's about creating standards for how these things should even be designed. And crucially, it's about getting everyone, patients, doctors, hospital admins, policymakers, involved in the conversation. And this right here, this shows you the stark difference. On one side, you have the dream: integrated care. Everything is seamless. Teams collaborate. Doctors can be proactive because they have the full picture. But on the other side, that's our reality today: fragmented care. Data is trapped in silos. Specialists are disconnected from each other. And care is reactive, often based on incomplete information. That gap between the two?
That's the chasm we have to cross. So, how in the world do we fix this mess? Well, the good news is we're not flying blind. Experts actually have a pretty clear roadmap, and the solution isn't just throw more tech at the problem. No, it's about a fundamental change in how we think, a total shift in how we design these systems by putting human beings right at the very center of it all. And to do that, you need a whole toolkit of different design approaches. Things like user-centered design, which just means you start by asking what patients and doctors actually need. Or design for sustainability, which is about making sure the system we build today will still be useful and affordable 10 years from now. The main point here is that to solve this, you have to think about everything, from how easy a button is to click to the entire emotional journey a person has while using this technology. But out of all of this, there is one core principle that stands above everything else: active collaboration. You just can't have a bunch of tech geniuses building this stuff in a vacuum. It will fail every single time. The only way forward is to co-design these systems. That means getting patients, clinicians, software developers, and even the policymakers all in the same room, working together to figure this out. Which brings us to our final part today: a clear, actionable roadmap. This is based on what the experts are recommending, and it's how we can actually start building the kind of health systems we've been talking about, ones that are effective, connected, and most of all, trustworthy. So let's just quickly walk through these recommendations. First up, interoperability. We have to make breaking down those data silos the #1 priority, using global standards so systems can talk. Next, we have to get serious about engaging everyone, using that co-design process we mentioned. Third, ethics and privacy can't be bolted on at the end. They have to be baked in from the very first line of code. And finally, you don't just build this and walk away. It has to be iterative. You build, you test with real people, you get feedback, you refine, and you do it all over again. And so, we're going to end right back where we started with a question. Look, there is no doubt that our technology is getting smarter and smarter by the day. It's incredible. But being smart isn't enough. The real challenge, the question I want to leave you with, is this one. Our technology is getting smarter. How do we make sure our systems get wiser? How do we build the human frameworks, the rules, the collaborations, to make sure all this powerful intelligence is actually used with wisdom,